Hi, my name is Kim. As to those who don't know me, I'm going to have a little invitation of a conversation about recovery. And recovery can be many things. First and foremost, for me, recovery is the discovery of me. Recovery is the discovery of you, who you truly be, what's real for you, what's true for you. And that's going to look different for all of us. Recovery can be from addictions and alcohol and gambling and sex and eating, and it can be also recovering from controlling your family, judging yourself, judging others. It can be anything. I'm going to touch on, though, a little bit about alcohol, if you have an allergy to alcohol, because it is a true thing. There is a real thing out there that there are people who have an allergy to alcohol, and that when they drink it, they black out and they cause tremendous wreckage in their life and in others' life. And that doesn't make you less than the person who can drink alcohol and not cause wreckage and not black out. And there's places and things to do for that. There are 12-step programs that you go to that are a great tool and open up a space for you. I also know there's coaching with me. You can coach with me. I have a plethora of tools, and I have 12-step in my background. I have access consciousness in my background. I have many other modalities in my background to implement everything together to get you to what's real for you. And, and if we're drinking and it is the blacking out, what are we avoiding? And it's normally an awareness of so many things, right? And sometimes there's trauma in the background and in our past, and how to walk through all that. I had received a phone call today, and it was somebody who is a beautiful gift that reminded me kind of where I came from. And in that process, if you've gone even, and in the world of recovery, in sobriety and in 12-step, they call it sobriety, being clean, they call it many different things. So if you come from the world of being sober and having time behind you, and then you pick up and you start drinking again and your world blows up again, there is no shame that happened. There's an awareness of like, hey, okay, I was a little bit left unattended, and I thought maybe I could drink and I can't. And so, a woman reached out to me today, and that's part of her story. And, and I was reminding her of the miracle she is because she's still alive. There's no shame in that. And I know that you can go into different environments and they could shame that. And I always find it interesting that everybody's going to have an opinion of what you think you should do. And I invite you to know what you know. And maybe that's one of the gifts of working with me, is I invite you to know what you know. I don't know what you should do. I do know that I can get you to the place to know what you know you should do. And there's no shame on whatever we choose. It's just a choice that's going to create something and create an awareness to where you'll get to choose. Okay, I got 10 seconds. All right, I know what that did. Now what am I going to choose? And so I invite you to start to look at what really works for you. And if you are struggling with alcohol, there's no shame in that. There's not. And there's things that you can do to get through that. And I invite you to reach out to me. And if you choose not to reach out to me, I invite you, there are 12-step programs you can reach out to. There's finding someone near you and get your bars ran. And if you want to go to a 12-step, you can do that too. You can invite and add everything into your world. Take what works and leave the rest, right? In any situation. And, and what can come with addiction and alcohol addiction and drug addiction is that it can take people to mental health issues. Now, there's people that can have mental health issues and have never done any drugs or alcohol. There's nothing wrong with that either. And there's nothing wrong that if you need to take prescription medication for your mental health, there is no shame in that either. Like, I really invite people to know what works for you. Yes, that's it. I'm going to put my website somewhere. And if you're ever in question or even wanting, reach out to me, schedule a 30-minute session, and I can get you to a place in 30 minutes of finding to get you to an awareness of like, okay, where else can we go? And I really didn't plan to get on this, but I am pretty freaking passionate about getting people to know that you are a miracle. You are so amazing, no matter who you are, no matter where you are. We are all a gift. We all have our own gifts, and it's going to look different for each of us. And no matter what we choose, and that on the outside world, it could look like we're totally blowing it up and we're effing everything up. That's not true. That was a choice. And like, okay, you get to choose again, and we get to change the trajectory of our world at any given moment. And when someone tries to tell someone they can't, it's probably where I get a little bit passionate. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. And so if you've had a lot of time in the recovery world and in recovery world, they could say like, you've relapsed. I've heard all those terms, none of that shit is real. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is for you. It does not make you less than, no matter where you are. And that is probably one of the most powerful things I want to tell people, that you are a miracle. And where you land, you land. You get up and you dust yourself off and be like, okay, what am I going to choose right now? What am I going to choose right now? And so if you're struggling in any area of that area, and just so you know, if you're not struggling in that area, you can absolutely reach out to me. I mean, I coach people with many different things, but I'm really kind of honing in regarding, alcohol and addiction. And my side gig, I work for a company that's a mental health rehab and drug addiction. And, I do that, and I have a lot of that in my background. But most importantly, it's just getting people to know what's real for them and what's true for them. And what's true for you may not be what's true for your friends or the people you're near. And you may be choosing things that people don't agree with. It's okay. What if the gift is that we wake up and be like, what's right for me? I'm choosing for me today. And this is what I'm going to choose. And what if you woke up this morning and you made some choices last night that blew up your world? So let's just choose again. As long as you have not killed yourself, you are a miracle. You're still here. You can choose, and we can change anything. I'm a firm believer in that, because I'm a woman that's walked through more things that you would not think would be where I am today. And it's because I kept choosing, and it was very uncomfortable, and it was not pretty. And I wasn't as jacked up as I thought I was. So I hope you have a beautiful day.